Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Julie K here with my very first design team project for the Etsy store, Ivy Shutters. And Ivy Shutters sells junk journals along with a lot of great digital kits that you can use to create your own journals, but you can also use them for other paper crafting. And for this month, I decided to work with one of her newer kits, which is called the Sweet Nothings kit. It's a Valentine's Day themed kit. It has a vintage feel with a lot of wonderful colors, some pinks and some purples and some reds. And I kind of decided to pick out a lot of the purple colors from the kit. And so that's kind of what I went with for my creation. And I did create a junk journal. This journal measures, I think, it's 5.5 by 8.5. And the spine is about 1 3/4. I did use a book cover that I had gutted before to create it. It has 2 signatures and it ended up being very chunky just because this kit was so fun to work with. I just kept on expanding and I finally had to tell myself to quit adding things just because it was that much fun to work with. And for the cover, what I did decide to do is I printed on my computer the word Sweet Nothings, which is the name of the kit. I just thought that that was just so appropriate to call my journal, so I just kept the name of the kit. Also added some lace trim for my collection and some flower trim. My closure is some rayon seam binding that I had that was purple in my collection. I also chose to use some scrapbooking paper as my backgrounds. I used trim down the spine, and then the back I left pretty plain with just my signature and some more of that lace trim. For the cover image, I did choose a wood frame that I painted in a purple, a darker purple, and embellished with some flat back pearls, and then also I think they're called gabachons, and then it was white that I used alcohol inks to make it a darker purple. But I did choose to use one of her tag images in the kit as my main piece for my cover. I just love this image of this vintage looking couple, and it's kind of a heart, and then she added some little extra embellishments at the top and the bottom of the vintage image. But it just went very well and it fit perfectly behind this frame that I had, so I went with that. And again, my closure is just that rayon seam binding that I had in my stash. I did attach, as you can see, a lot of lace that was originally white, but I did spray with some glimmer mist to make it that kind of purple color. And so when you open it up, I did just create a pocket here with some tags. I stamped on this one. And there's just some tags left over from some K & Company paper that I had. This is a rubber stamp that I just stamped and cut out. And then I used a lot of I have a lot of the little Project Life journaling cards, so I do have quite a few of those throughout the book just because I'm trying to use them up and getting kind of overwhelmed with how many I have, so it's just time to start using them in some projects. The images in the kit are really beautiful. As you can see, they're vintage, they're vibrant. And because they were so pretty, it was really hard to cover them up. And so I left a lot of them as is. I maybe did on some of the pages, I added some stamping to them. And the only major thing that I did on each page was I have a Wink Stella brush that has just a little bit of glitter in it. And I don't think it shows up very well on the camera. But I did highlight like some of the hearts and the flowers and stuff on each page with my Wink Stella. And it just really added to it made it really pretty. So I did that on each page. But otherwise I didn't really do much. And also on the back side of each of the digital pages for the kit, I did print this line paper. And this one comes from the Ivy Shutters kit special delivery. It happened to be kind of the same color purple, and I like to have lined paper on the back sides of my kits pages, so that's what I chose to use. And it was really nice that the 2 kits colors kind of actually worked together for that. So right here I created a little journaling spot, and then it's also a pocket. Here's one of the tags in the kit. And then just, this was like a 7 Gypsies tag, I think. And this is a rubber stamp that I stamped and cut out. It's a little ticket with lines on it. I think it comes from Memory Box. Besides tags, the kit also included some envelopes. So here's the first envelope with this really sweet image. And I love the purple color of this one. And I created a little embellishment just to hold it shut. And I did just include some blank paper in there to journal on, so I'm not going to open it up. And I'm holding that in with an embellished paper clip that I did. All my pages are coffee dyed. And I did a lot of stamping and stenciling throughout the journal. And I included I made some tags and stuff out of some scrap paper that I had in my collection. This is some lined stationery that I had coffee dyed a while ago, and just added some embellishments up at the tops of some of the pages, or some washi tape. Here's another really pretty image in the kit, and on this one, besides the Winka Stella, I also stamped on the top, it just says falling in love, just because it looked like both of these vintage couples looked like they were kind of falling in love, so I thought that was appropriate. Some stenciling. I created a little pocket here, and inside of the pocket I included some tags and ephemera from my stash, but I also included one of her tags. I just love all the images that she chose for her tags. You know, they're really vintage couples, and then she included like little hearts and stuff on them, which is really pretty. I included also some music sheet paper, and then some of them I did stamp. And for this one, for all the ink color that I used, it is a Brilliance ink pad. It's a pigment ink pad that I have in my collection. And the color was called Crimson. And even though the color sounds kind of red, it actually turned out kind of this plum color, which matched everything really beautifully. So I went ahead and did that. It is also, the ink is archival safe. So I do like using archival ink in my journals. I created a little tag, some little flags or pennants, I'm not quite sure what everybody calls them, for tuck spot, and then some more of my journaling cards that I have. And that was just a sticker, Kane Company sticker, I think. Then I layered some trim and stuff behind it, and the die cut with the word love. This is kind of a fun technique. I ripped up some of the music paper that I had that was coffee dyed, and I use matte medium glue to glue it down. And since it's matte medium, you can actually write over it and stuff, but it just kind of adds to the blank pages a little bit. And I did some stamping down in the corner. But that's a fun technique. You can use it like with tissue paper too, and napkins. Some scrapbooking paper, and then I just chose to add some little flower embellishments from my collection. Some stenciling. That one comes from the Crafter's Workshop, I believe. Another image from her kit, and then I just chose to stamp the word dream up top. And then this is another little fun technique. I created a belly band, and I created the tag in here. But with one of her tags, I created kind of a little secret hidden spot right there that you can journal on. And I just did that by attaching it with a little heart-shaped brad up at the top. And the big thing that you want to do is just make sure you don't put any glue behind it so that it can move freely. But that's kind of a fun little thing to do in your journals. And this is just scrapbooking paper in my collection. A die cut, some more stamping. Another die cut that I created for a tuck spot. But here's another one of her really beautiful tags in the collection. And this sheet right here is actually a 6x9 white envelope. And so I did leave it open up here, and it just tucks some journal cards that I created with scrapbooking paper and remnants I had left. I created this little pocket here with another K & Company tag in it. Some more stamping. Some more of her images from the kit, and this is one of her tags right here. And I just created kind of a layered look on the page and made it into a pocket, kind of a side pocket there, which is always a fun technique. And that's the same tag that I used on the front image, and just a tag that I created with a rubber stamp. And some die cuts and a doily in the background. Some more stenciling, a little pocket that I created using the music note paper. And this little image comes from Graphic 45. I just created another little spot to journal on, and just some more of those journaling cards I have. Another little tuck spot. This is with a die cut that I have. Another one of her images. Some stationery, a doily, some more stenciling. And here's the middle of the first signature. And again, I just left all her stuff pretty much as is, just because it was so gorgeous. I did stamp the word true love up there. And when I tied off my signature, I just did put some hearts on it, just to make it look pretty and not just having the strings hanging there. Some more stamping and some die cuts. Another one of her images. And I just stamped the word love down there and the die cut up top. But otherwise I just left it. And again, highlighted the flowers and the heart with a Winkastella. I created a pocket here using some scrapbook paper that I had in my stash. The other side of that envelope, and again I just stuck some journaling cards that I made out of scrapbooking paper. Some more stamping and stenciling. And this is one of her images, and I just stamped the sentiment right there that says, "We do not remember days, we remember moments." And on this side I had one of those jelly bean paper bags that I tucked a tag in, and then behind it I tucked some stationery paper and just did a little bit of layering with some different die cuts and some trim. Another one of her tags with an altered paper clip. Thought this was a really sweet image here of the little young kids drinking the little soda. And then I stamped the word Valentine up there. Did some stamping there. Here's another one of her tags. This tag right here from the kit. And then I made some of my own tags. I have a couple punches that punch out tag shapes, and I just used some miscellaneous paper, leftover paper from projects. And this is kind of a little heart pocket, I think. I don't know that it shows up very well just because I put the little flower right there. But it's heart shaped, and then you can stick stuff in this pocket and then also behind it. And there was the end of the first signature and the beginning of the second. And this is probably my favorite image sheet in her whole digital kit. It's really pretty. I love the doves right up there. And then I created another little pocket right here with one of her tags in the collection. Stuck some ephemera in there, and I created my own tag for behind it. Here's the second envelope that she has in the paper collection, and then I just stuck a little tag in there. And again, on this one I didn't do much to it other than the Winkastella, and then I stamped the word "Be My Valentine." Some more stamping. And then a glassine bag that I layered up with one of her tags, and then behind it there's some music sheet and some scrapbooking paper and just some different stuff. I created a tag for inside the glassine pocket and did a little stamping on it, and then I also did kind of a little side tag here too, or journal card. Then here is a pocket. I did using some of that lined paper from the Special Delivery Vintage Journal Kit. I created that tag with that and did some stamping on it. And on the front of the pocket, I created a belly band with a die cut right there. It's always kind of a fun thing to do, is to mix and match your techniques and do two of them on the same page. So I did a pocket along with a belly band. Some more stamping. Some stationery paper, and this does flip down. Some parchment paper, and this is again one of the Ivy Shutters images from the kit. It's one of the tags that I just layered up with a postage stamp and some different miscellaneous stuff that was sitting on my desk. Here's a little envelope with a ticket that I made in there. And then I also created it into a pocket right there too for that tag. Another one of those 6x9 manila envelopes that I stuck some journaling cards in. Another pretty image from the kit, and again I just highlighted some of the areas with the Wink Stella on that one. A doily, some more stenciling. Another one of her tags, and this is just a journaling card I made out of scrapbooking paper. A pocket with some tags in it, and then I also did kind of a little side tuck on the pocket. Some more layering with a sticker and some of the music notes and a die cut. And then here's the middle of the second signature, and again I chose the hearts to tie it off with. And on this one I did put a little sticker that said Valentine on it that I did go over it with glossy accents and crackled it. And the only reason why I ended up doing that was because I did stamp behind there and it was a little kitty wampus and I didn't like the look of it. So I just hid it, which is kind of a nice, easy technique to do when you screw up. I didn't want to have to reprint the page if I didn't have to, and so I was able to cover up my mistake. But the images are fabulous. I love this one too. Created a little side pocket here, or tuck spot. And another journaling card that I made with that lined paper. Some more stamping. Another image from the kit. Another part of the 6x9 envelope with some journaling cards in there. I created another altered paper clip. And then one of her tags is behind it. Some more stamping down in the corner. That one just like the definition of love. And then here's a die cut that I stuck a little journal tag in it. Another image from the kit. Then here's a pocket that I created and put more with scrapbooking paper and some trim in my collection, and I just stuck some more journaling cards in there. Another pocket. Here's another image in the kit. Like I said, it's just really pretty images. Just decorated some tags in there, and I made another journaling card with some of the lined paper. There's a tag in there. And then this is also a belly band right here too. That's hold that up. Some more stenciling and stamping, and then the last page of the kit. Then I had this envelope here. I haven't decided if I'm gonna attach it to the back cover or not, so it's just sitting there loosely right now until I make a decision. And then again the back side and the front. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys like this journal. Let me know what you think. And again, I'll link all of Ivy Shutter's information below in case you're interested in purchasing this kit. Thanks so much for watching.